Hi, I'm Margie Basso with Eastlink TV, and we're right in front. Well, we're in beautiful Oliver. The sun is trying to come out, and we're right in front of our Oliver RCMP detachment. Today, I have with us the coordinator, Ron Worth of Crime Watch. So, welcome, Ron. Thank you so much for meeting us today.
Thank you for having us.
And we're also in front of the airport, so if we're distracted, it's because we're having quite the show going on this morning as well. We're wanting to get an update with Crime Watch, and so first off, just give us a little bit of a background of your organization.
Well, Marge, we have a group of people that go out in the evenings, usually Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, and they donate 4 hours a month is what their commitment is to doing this. And they're generally a bunch of old people like myself that are more interested in the safety of Oliver and want to get out and report whatever's going on that might not be as good as it could be.
And so basically the obligation would be one shift per month. You said 4 hours.
That's right.
So if we have people out there, and you don't necessarily need to be retired, you could be a community member, a person with a family that's just concerned about making sure that our community is safe. And then just tell us a little bit about what that responsibility would entail.
Margie, they do have to have the 4 hours, but they also have to have a background check from the RCMP to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing properly and in the right way to go about that.
And I'm presuming there's some training that's involved so that they have a clear understanding of what they do.
We try to keep them safe, and yes, we do train them and do spend at least a shift with them before they get out on their own. But usually we always have two people out in the car.
Yeah, I was just going to ask that as well, that you normally are not by yourself, you go with somebody else. Now, just because you're part of Crime Watch then doesn't necessarily mean if you see something that you think is inappropriate or dangerous or unsafe within the community, you don't intervene yourself. Just explain that a little bit.
Certainly not. We stay in the cars for sure, and that's very much of the training portion is that we do stay in the car, we observe things, we do contact the police, and if there's anything that is not right.
Now, I know that you're a small but very dedicated organization. We're going to talk a little bit later about contact information so that we can get new members that can join your organization and make sure to keep our community safe. Let's just talk about some of the events that you have. I know you have an annual yard and bike sale event, so can you talk about that?
That's kind of our fundraising thing for the year. We do have an amount of money that the city gives us to provide fuel for the cars that we drive around in, but it's not a lot, and we do have a picnic to get together, just to get together, because we don't see very much of each other when we're on our 4-hour shifts. We don't all meet at the cop shop. It's sort of we have to have a little bit of togetherness for sure.
And your annual event for your yard and bike sale is when?
Usually in April, May, we get what's left over from the bikes from what the police pick up, and we sell those off. We usually involve the Air Cadets, actually. We've been sharing with the Air Cadets at the hangar, and so that's our fundraising for the year.
Great. Well, we'll make sure to look forward to that and get involved with that and come and donate and support because, like you said, I think you have things that you can purchase during that time for the bike and yard event.
Absolutely.
And now, what we really wanted to talk today about is we're getting back into school. Crime Watch, one of your obligations or one of your commitments is doing a speed watch as well.
That's
Am I
right.
correct? So let's just talk about school zones, speed zones, and give your opinion based on Crime Watch.
Well, this is strictly my opinion, but that's probably the part that we have the most fun at, if you will, where we see so much action and people speeding in school zones and how quickly they can stop when they see the radar board and a whole bunch of different things go on. But yes, that's what we do, and I think that's probably the best thing we do.
Because, of course, it is proactive. You're out there trying to remind people that school zones are in effect. And just give the hours, because I believe it's dawn to dusk.
No, well, we go out at school times, usually, because that's our most effective time, is to be out at when school is getting in and out, sort of. So you'll find us there at 8 o'clock in the morning till 9, sort of idea, or afternoon when the school gets out.
And basically, your organization then is gathering information. Do you pass that on? Because, of course, you don't give tickets. You sort of try to let people aware that they remind them they need to slow down. What happens with that information?
We always make a report for every time we go out, and the police, we do check for seat belts. We do check for other, handhelds and things that are distracting. And we do certainly record speeds, and anything that's in excess of 20 kilometers, we make a note of that, and we try to get the identification of the car, the license number, who it might be that's driving in terms of male or female, those sort of things. And if anything is really in excess, then we make a point of making sure the police know about that.
And have you started that campaign already now, seeing as school is just in effect?
Yes, we have.
Wonderful. So again, just a reminder out to the public that school is back in session, especially if you don't have children yourself, that we are now back to school zones, 30 kilometers, typically starting at school times. Anything you want to add to that?
You were going to ask me about the radar, and so ask me.
Okay, there we go. With the radar, where there has been some provincial initiative, and I know there's been discussion at a provincial level about bringing back speed cameras for school zones. So I know that you can't speak on behalf of the organization, but I'm just asking a personal opinion on speed cameras for school zones.
I think you should bring them on. We see so much repeat people speeding that over the time we identify the cars and say, everybody sort of laughs or doesn't laugh because it's a serious thing, but you do comment on the various people that continue to speed through school zones, and they just are oblivious to it.
And of course, the last couple of years, it's been very difficult over towards the high school, just with the renovations going on because of the fire. So that was quite unsafe, I believe. A lot of cars in a congested area. Students, regardless whether they're young or not, they're still trying to dart back and forth between vehicles at very busy times before school started, at lunch hour and after school. Did you find that when you were there that you noticed that as well?
Maybe not as much as we thought we would when we initially started thinking, when we were talking to the police about that, and we thought we saw certainly individual speeding, but not the same extent that you're speaking of.
Well, now we don't have to worry about that as so much because we have the brand new school going up and they have a beautiful parking lot. Traffic seems to be a little bit more under control, which is a great thing. Last thing I just wanted to be able to get and pick your brain with is contact information. How, if there's people in the public that would like to get involved on a volunteer basis, how can they get a hold of you?
You can call me at home, 498-0654.
And we'll make sure and get that out one more time. And also, do you then meet on you said that sometimes you have gatherings, but do you not have a monthly meeting or an annual meeting? It's just sort of you sign up, you get trained, and then you're out on a shift?
That's basically it. We do have yearly meetings, general meetings sort of idea, and we do have our barbecue and usually a Christmas dinner in January.
Wonderful. Christmas in January.
That's right.
Sounds great. Ron, thank you so much for updating us with Crime Watch today. This is Margie Basso and Oliver with Eastlink TV.